Welcome back to Sway TV. I'm your host JJ here on Amazon Live, and I'm so excited!
We're gonna have some fun on the street.
And we're doing Workout Wednesdays here on Amazon Live.
And she is fresh off the set of Shark Tank.
It's such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
We are going to be talking all about parenting.
This is our tribe of women. What is the key to a successful business?
I am so excited for today's Battle Shop Live. And it's Brad Grunberg. Hi, Brad. What more could you want than the Self-Love Workbook?
Thank God you are on this show.
Rosalinda just said this is better than Netflix.
Oh, Naveen says this is better than Netflix. Yes!
Here we go, here we go.
There's a Tesla. You can actually buy a car on Amazon. That is so crazy. The perfect gift. Yes, we got our Drake's Cake break.
David is live streaming. We got it right up in the corner. I love this.
Oh, that feels so good.
Oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever.
So awesome.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake your zoo life.
This is fun.
Drum roll, please. Dun, dun, dun.
And one person's gonna win a PS5. Which one will it be?
Here we go. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it.
And Sam's in the chat says, Sway TV rocks. Woo!
We're still going. Yeah, we don't sleep at Sway.
One of the best comments I've ever received, ever, hands down.
2, 1.
All the time streaming live. We're sharing great products. We're doing great interviews and amazing giveaways.
Amazon, we love you, Amazon. So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you.
Shop attainment all the time.
Amazon Live, woo!
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Good morning. It is February 26th. I cannot believe we are almost done with February already. Like, this year is already just flying by. It's so crazy. So it's Friday, February 26th. I was not here earlier this week, so if you're joining me, thank you so much for hanging with me this morning. My name is Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting. We are in the beautiful Sway TV studio in Los Angeles, California on Amazon Live. Thank you so much, Amazon Live, for having us here. I am so especially grateful to be here today on the Sway Network. Thank you so much, Sway, for hosting and for having The Art of Parenting on your show. I'm really excited to spend this morning with you. I've got some great products we're going to talk about, and I have a really good topic, a parenting topic we're going to talk about. And if you want to join me in the chat and hang out with me, please, if you have questions about any of the products we're going to talk about or anything else you've seen on Sway TV, we have so many different hosts. Check this out. This is like the craziest thing ever. Look at how many hosts we have now. There are so many of us on this network. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There are so many of us on this network. I actually haven't even met all of them. I haven't met most of them, but I'm hoping that maybe, this year with like COVID getting a little bit more under control, it is my hope that we will be able to do like maybe a holiday party or a summer barbecue. So hint, hint, producer, we want a party for all of your hosts because we're working really hard. So I'm just kidding. Just because I want to meet all of the other men and women that are on Sway. So anyways, thank you again for hanging out with me. As you can see, I'm alone on the couch today. Sometimes I am joined by Jed on Fridays. He is not with me today. What does that mean? that means that we are pushing our Archive Sway TV giveaway one more week. We want more people to sign up. We want more followers. We want more artwork coming in. And then when we get it, then we are going to do a giveaway. So let's talk. Let me show you. Do we have the giveaway page on here? Nope, we don't. Okay, that's fine. But the giveaway is an archive gift card, which you can put towards a book, which is a coffee table style book with all of your children's artwork displayed in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. They like to say that they are your child's first publisher. And then in addition to that, we are giving you a whole bunch of really fun art products that you can give to your kids to create awesome pieces of art that you can then put into the art book. So let me show you. This is going to be super fun. I'm going to show you a couple of things that are going to go. Some of the art things that are going to go into your gift basket. Should you be the winner, there will be 2 winners. So that's exciting. There will be 2 winners, and here are some fun things that you're going to get. So I am a really big fan of this company. It is called Kid Made Modern. They make art products. I really like the quality of the products that they make. And I also like the look and feel, the design of the company, the aesthetic of the company. So this is this arts and crafts kit you're going to get. It is... Let's see if I'm doing this right. There we go. There we go. Look, I'm in control. Okay, so this is the Kid Made Modern Arts and Crafts Supply Library. And look at all of this stuff that it comes with. I like to show this page because, I mean, come on, look at that. That's like insane, the amount of art supplies that you get. And think about all the different things that your kids can make. You might be thinking, oh God, where am I going to put all of that art? Well, let me tell you, you're going to take it and you're going to send it into Archive in a big box with the gift card that you get when you win, and they are going to turn it into a beautiful coffee table style book of your child's art. So that is coming up. And in addition to getting this art kit, for your kids to make art out of, there will be some other fun things in the art kit. Something else that I really like, and the weather is getting nicer finally, which means you can be outside doing something like this. This is tie-dye. And not only is it tie-dye, it is 2-minute tie-dye. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so you couldn't actually see the, you couldn't hear the video, rather. They could hear it. Oh, did they hear it? Oh, I couldn't hear it. Got it. Okay. So I could not hear it, but you could hear it. So here's what I love about this tie-dye is, so I did some tie-dye last summer with my kids, and it was, thank God I have a neighbor who actually took charge of the project, because I just don't really have the patience for a long tie-dye project, if I'm being totally honest. I'm just going to be totally honest here. And so we got together, and she rubber banded all of the white products with my 2 kids and her 2 kids, and got all of the paint stuff ready, and took the 4 kids and all the things out onto the front porch. And it was really fun. And and that was when I joined, by the way, when everything was ready. I joined and we did the color on the white products. But then they have to sit in a bag, and my girls are older than hers, so mine were kind of like whatever, like set it and forget it and not a big deal. But if you have young kids, hers are really great, but if you've got young kids, they're going, I want to see it. Open up the bag, mommy. I want it to be done. I want to wear it, right? Well, with traditional tie-dye, you have to wait and then you have to wash it. It's like this process. It's a long process. Well, not with this Tulip one-step tie-dye kit. It's fast and easy, and they now have these 2-minute kits where you literally stick it into the microwave like the video showed you, and they're done in a couple of minutes. Awesome. It doesn't get better than that, especially if you have young kids, because you can literally say, go press 2 minutes on the microwave and ta-da! You still have to wash it, and it's not quite that fast, but it is much faster than the traditional route of tie-dyeing. So I'm a big fan of that. So you'll get, you're going to get the Kid Made Modern art set. You're going to get some other things. It's a fun giveaway. We will be here next Friday. Hopefully Jed will be with me so that we won't have to push it again. Or you know what? If he can't be here, I'll do the giveaway with you. Just me. It's fine. I will represent Archive and I will do the giveaway because I already represent Sway TV. I will also sit here and represent Archive and we'll do the giveaway. So make sure you follow along. Make sure you hang out. Follow on Sway TV. And hang out with me and let us know that you're having fun and you're here on the art of parenting, right? Okay, so let's, I went right into that. I didn't even do my normal, beginning of the show. So I'm going to backtrack a tiny bit. So if you've been joining me, you know that I really like to set my intention for the show. I have a little bit of a ritual that I like to do. So I'm going to start, first thing I'm going to do is see this handy, hold on, it's here. I'm going to pull it up because I do have it on this list, and this is so fun. This is really, really fun. Okay, so I have this. Let's see if it's gonna come up. Okay, this is a candle lighter that plugs into a USB and charges that way. This thing is so cool. So I have to bring you back because there's no video for this. But I want you to see how fun this is. I really like it. It's really just fun. So you press this little button right here and you can hear it. It kind of it goes, shh. I don't know if you can hear that. But then look. Whoops. Just like that, my candle's all lit. I mean, if you like to go camping, this I feel like is an absolute must-have because you're not dealing with matches out in the woods. I mean, that's huge in and of itself. And I'm using one of these Lulu candles, and I'm gonna show you the Lulu candles, and I specifically want to show you this other one, which I actually did not like because I like this scent even more. So we're gonna set this candle right here. I'm gonna put it behind me for some ambiance in the studio. Let's see. There we go. Okay. But this one, if you purchase this Lulu candle, so here's what I love about this company. I am a huge fan of companies that when you purchase something from them, they donate either a portion of the purchase or they do a one-to-one. Like if you buy a pair of shoes, they send a pair of shoes somewhere. So this company, they donate, if you purchase this candle that's called Fur a Cause, F-U-R-R, they will donate, they make a $3 donation to groups that rescue abandoned animals. And in my family, we donate a lot to organizations that help animals because animals don't have voices and they're not able to do things for themselves. So we feel that it's important to help animals. So anyway, so I really like that candle. Okay, so I lit my candle. We've got some ambiance in the studio. I want to share with you, actually, you guys are going, for those of you that have been following along. Oh, hi, Sarah. You said you are a mother of 27 and you're in love with candles, but money's tight. That candle, let's go look. I'm not sure if that one is actually in my carousel or not. because you can shop the carousel. If you're following along, all of the products are on the Sway TV page. Yeah, the candle's not actually in my carousel, so I apologize about that. However, I can still tell you how much that one costs. So let's go look it up for you. It is, let's see, $14.95 on Amazon. That one is $14.95. But I have to tell you, like, so there are a lot of great candles that we've discussed on this show. And of all of the ones that I have reviewed, because I don't know about you, Sarah, but I have 2 teens in my house. Well, I have a tween and a teen, but they are obsessed with candles. And so we have a lot of candles in my house, constantly going. And so I have reviewed candles on this show a number of times. And there are a few other candles that I really like that are more expensive, but they're also a little bit bigger. So, you know, you have to look at price, and you also have to look at the quality of the candle and the smell of the candle, right? But so for the quality of candle, the smell of the candle, this is a great candle. They're called Lulu candles. They're $14.95 on Amazon, and that's really a pretty good price for a good candle. And if you get the For a Cause candle, that one donates $3 to an animal rescue organization. So if you think about it, what you're really doing is you're paying like $11 for the candle, and $3 is going to a really good cause, right? And that's all like included in your price. Okay, maybe it's like 12, but you know, math, it's early in the morning, Friday. Okay. So the other thing that I want to show you that I like to do at the beginning of the show is I never have enough time in the morning to put lotion on my hands, and by the time I get in my car and I'm driving somewhere, my skin literally feels like it is stretching because it's so dry from all of the hand sanitizer and hand washing that I'm doing lately, or you know, really for the last year, which I feel like we're all doing. And so as a result, when I come here, this is so funny, I even left my favorite lotion, I left it here in the studio. I don't even have it at my house anymore. I might have to get another one for my house, but I left it here in the studio because I wanted to have it here, and I was forgetting, I didn't want to have to schlep it back and forth. So it's a funky spelling. The first time I saw this, I didn't understand how to pronounce it, but here's the thing, it's pronounced way. Okay, so it looks really funky, but it's very easy. It's pronounced way. So I'm just gonna take some right now and put it on my hands because my hands really need it. They're feeling cracked and like tight. My skin feels actually like really tight. So I love this product, and it smells so good, and it's natural, and they don't test on animals. There are so many great things. And in fact, I love this company so much that the reason why I actually got into this company is because there was another product that I loved even more, which I can't demonstrate for you here because you would have to come into the shower with me, which would be totally inappropriate. But I will show you the product that I like, because it is absolutely one of my favorites. So this is the Way Body Cleanser. It smells better than any other body wash I have ever used, hands down. Mic drop. It is so great. I love it. It is a little bit on the more expensive side, but I will tell you, a little bit goes a long way. And it smells so good. You come out of the shower and your bathroom smells amazing and you feel really good. It's very refreshing. It's just a really great, and again, there are no parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, so it's good for your skin. I actually think it's, I don't want to misspeak. But I think it's actually it was created and is made by a company in Los Angeles. So I also really like companies that have employed people in the United States, and that is one of them. Okay, So I put my lotion on, I lit my candle, and I want to share with you. So I don't know if you have been following my saga about the Ember cup, the Ember mug. I still have not gotten one. So I'm still having to use the other mugs that I have, which is fine. But I just want to say, Ember, if you're listening, you got to send me one. I want an Ember mug. I mean, I'm like, one of these days, I'm probably just going to have to end up buying one for myself because I really want one. But you've got to check out this video about mug, which I'm not using, by the way, in case you're wondering, because I still haven't gotten it. But it looks so cool. I love it. I want one. Because look at that woman in the video. She's multitasking to the hilt. Like, come on. That's like my life. So if I could like carry my coffee around for 2 hours in that mug, in that like gorgeous, aesthetically beautiful white mug that, and it would keep it hot, I would be a very happy person. That being said, I am drinking, I am drinking my coffee, which I made out of my Nespresso Vertuo machine, which I don't know that it's actually in here. Oh yeah, here it is. So, here, I'll show you this video too, because I love this. Okay, I stopped the video. You get the point. Primarily, I like watching the video because honestly, let's just be honest. Let's just call it like it is. I like watching the male model who is, showing the Vertuo plus coffee and espresso maker. The Nespresso, yes. So anyways, I'm drinking my coffee, and today I actually put it in. I want to see if they sell this on Amazon. I bet they do, but because I realized I haven't shown this on here on my show, and I happen to really like this. This is a travel mug it fits underneath the machine, which, there are some that don't. I don't know if I see it. Let's see. I'm still looking for you because I'm trying to find it. Let's see if I search it this way. If I put in travel, yes, I found it. Here it is. Okay, so I love this because, like I said, it fits right under the coffee maker. So I can put this in under the machine and I can pour right into it, and it works just like any other travel coffee mug, right? Like a Hydro Flask or anything else, but those don't fit under the machine. So that's why I love this. I think that this is a great, oh look, there's only 2 left in stock. So if you want one, order it soon. But it's really great. So that's what I'm drinking my coffee out of this morning. As you all know, for those that follow me, I actually really usually use my Keep mug because that is my absolute favorite. But I wanted this one this morning. I wanted my coffee to stay hot and to last for the duration of the show. When I use my Keep, it doesn't keep it warm because it's not insulated, and I don't have an Ember mug. I need an Ember mug sitting right here. That would just make the show perfect. Perfection. Okay. So I did my lotion, I lit a candle, I've got my coffee, one more thing, and then we can get into the meat of the show. But this is my, routine for hanging out. Hi, David M. Welcome to Sway TV. So nice to have you joining us. Good to see you. So here, this is the next thing this is the next and last part of my routine. When I like to sit down here on the couch, because all of these things, they really like ground me and help me just kind of start the show. So this is the Mario Badescu facial spray. There are 4 different, there are 4 different scents that you can choose from. They also come in different sizes, which is great for traveling.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
I really like the facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. This is the small version, and this is the one that I actually I keep in my car if I travel on a plane, which I'm not doing so much of lately, but this is the one that comes with me. So it's just, I keep doing that. I've done this every time I spray it, because I'm talking at the same time, which I don't do at the house. When I spray it, it doesn't taste good. It's not meant to be ingested. But, and we're on live TV. However, it smells really good, and it's very settling, and it's also very refreshing, and it's good to keep your skin hydrated. So there you go. Hi, Bree. Bree started following. If you have any questions, any parenting questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will answer your questions. Okay, so we're in it. We're in the meat of the show now, okay? We've got, let me see if I can get back to, I'm on the main. Yes?
Major repeat follower, that Brie girl.
Yeah, I know, that Brie girl. That Brie girl is a major repeat follower. Yep. I wonder why my producer is commenting that Brie is following again, but that's good. Okay, so and then you know what I didn't show you, but this is how I drink my water. And this, whenever I drink from this, I have to give a shout out to my sister-in-law who got me this Simple Modern cup for the holidays, and I love it. And I'm going to tell you why I love it as much as I do. Because it came with 2 different styles of lids. It came with this straw lid that you see here. Where is it? I just saw it in my, here it is. I just saw it. There we go. It's an Amazon bestseller. But anyways, it's insulated, it's a tumbler, and it comes with a flip lid. It also comes with a straw lid. So this is the straw lid. Obviously, you can see the straw, right? You can see that. But then it also comes with this lid. Let's see if I can show you this one. It comes with a flip lid, which is leak-proof, double wall insulation, twist and lock technology, dishwasher safe, which is so important for me because, as I have talked about before, I am a busy working mom, and so I really like things that I use to be dishwasher compliant. Okay, and look at all these different colors it comes in. Oh, look, there's a product video. Let's show you that. I was just having a sip of my coffee while I was waiting for you all who are watching the video. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Oh, you know what? I didn't put my rings back on. Let me do that before I forget, because I took them off so that I could put lotion on my hands. And I need to put my rings back on. Okay. Hi. Okay. If you're just joining me, I'm Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting on Sway TV on Amazon Live. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's Friday morning. It is beautiful here in Los Angeles. It was really windy here yesterday. What does that mean? It means that today we have gorgeous blue skies. It's still a little windy. It's going to be windy for a little bit for like the rest of the day. But then you know what? No big deal. Then the weather's going to cool down a little bit. Can't really complain because there are crazy weather patterns all over the country right now, and I feel really fortunate to be here. So thank you again for joining me. It is so fun to have you here with me, and I have just, the first few minutes of the show, we've been hanging out and talking about all the different ways that I like to start a show and some of the things that I do in my house with my, to start my day when I'm getting ready with my dogs. I have 2 dogs and I have 2 girls. One is a tween, the other is a teen. Oh boy, there's a lot going on in my house. And today I wanted to talk about the idea of control. Control. Who has it? Why that person has it, and why it is so important to talk about. So when I say control, I think one of the things that people automatically think of is who's in charge and who's getting their way. And I don't want us to think about control in that way today. I want us to think about control in the sense of what is it really about? What does it really mean when we personally have control of what's going on in our lives? And this actually relates back to what we know about brain development, and that the brain feels safe when it is in control. When it knows, not just when it's in control, but when it knows, when it understands what is going on in its environment, and it is able to feel that sense of control because it has an understanding, the brain has an understanding of what is happening to it, around it, in its surroundings, etc. And when the brain feels that it has some sense of control, then what happens is it feels safe. And when the brain feels safe, then the brain can do what it's best at, which is learning and growing and thriving. But if the brain does not feel safe, then that learning and growing and thriving, it can't happen. It can't function. Why is that? Because first and foremost, the brain is a survival organ. It is in us to keep us alive and healthy and functioning. And the priority in order to do that are survival mechanisms, like making sure we eat, making sure we get enough sleep, that our fight or flight mechanism is working and is strong, so that our brain can alert our body if we're in trouble and we need to get up and move or remove ourselves from a situation or insert ourselves and deal with something, right? Or to pump adrenaline so that we can be ready if we have to take a test, or if we have to go into a hard conversation with a coworker or a boss, right? There are so many things that our brain is primed to do, and so much of that has to do with survival and how do we survive and thrive. But we will only thrive if the brain feels comfortable and is surviving and feels safe, right? So safety is actually a key component of control, right? When you feel like you have control of what is going on in your life, when you have a sense of control of what is going on in your life, then you feel safe, right? Because we know what's coming down the pipeline. Think about this. If you wake up, if you were to get up and it's the beginning of a brand new, beautiful day, but yet you have no idea what's happening to the entire day, and you're just going to go from one thing to another only because someone is saying, okay, now we're doing this, and now we're doing this. But when you're in activity A, you have no idea what activity D is. And so when you're in A, you may not be able to enjoy it because you might be feeling some trepidation, you might be scared, you might be nervous, you might be excited. You don't even know what to feel because you don't know what's coming down the pipeline in your day. Yet, if you do have a sense of what is happening in your environment, what is happening to your body, what is coming down the pipeline towards you, then you can be present in the moment and you can know confidently that the future is going to be okay and you can deal with the future when you get there, right? You can think about it, but you can really stay present in the moment and deal with the future. Okay, so control is really about safety. So how do we give that feeling of control to our kids? And why should we? Do we even want to? What is the point of doing that? Do we want our kids to feel like they have control? Do we want them to feel like they have control over us as their parents? Not really, right? Like they're not supposed to be ruling the roost at home. Our kids are supposed to be basically doing what we want them to do, right? I mean, with exception and depending on their age, of course, but we are the parents in the home. We are the ones that set the guidelines. We are the ones that set up their days and their activities and make sure they're getting their homework done and they're getting fed and they're going to bed when they need to. Excuse me. So when you're talking about young kids especially, how do we and why do we give them that sense of control? Okay, well, if control is really about safety, then we need to think about it in those terms. How do we make our kids feel safe? Because if they feel safe, this is cyclical, right? If they feel safe, they are going to feel in control. They're going to feel that they have control and vice versa. Okay. So with young kids, so much of this is about giving them choices, right? Allowing them to decide what happens to them during the day. Now, here's the caveat to that. As the parent, you of course are the one deciding what is happening to them. You of course are the one that is setting up their day. You're the one that's driving them from place to place. You're the one that's feeding them. And the list goes on and on and on. That being said, there is room in all of those instances that I just talked about, with exception of maybe one or two, there is room for debate. And debate is what is so important, okay? Debate allows our children at all different ages to feel that they have a voice. It allows them to feel that they are heard. So I'm not talking about having them say, I don't want something, and then you guys getting into an escalating fight where you're going up and up and up. I'm not talking about that. I'm also not talking about where you're just ramming heads and you're not coming to a conclusion. We don't want that either. What do we want? We want a civilized, productive, respectful, communicative conversation. That looks different at different ages, okay? So when you have a really young child, 2, 3, 4, let's say you're talking about breakfast, okay? You can say to your child, do you want oatmeal or cereal? Well, you're giving them a choice. They get to choose which one they want. And by the way, both of those choices are good for you. You're fine if they choose the oatmeal and you're fine if they choose the cereal, right? Do you want mommy to help you pour the milk, or do you want to pour the milk on your own? That is another choice, right? Do you want the big spoon or the small spoon? That is another choice. So just in that one scenario, we've got multiple choices. When we allow our kids to make choices, it makes them feel like they are in control. And that is so crucial in the early years, all the way up through the teen years. The more choices we can give our kids, the more they feel in control and therefore safe. The other thing that's really great about giving our kids choices at a young age is that they might make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are good. Mistakes are how we learn, right? I want your kids to make mistakes. I want you, the adult, to make mistakes. And I want you to then say you're sorry to your kid. And I want you to model to them how you do that so they can say they're sorry to you when something comes up. Or they can say they're sorry to their friend or their teacher or their colleague or their boss down the road when they're older. We as parents have to model the things that we want to see our kids do when they get older, okay? So giving your kids choices, but again, only give choices that you are okay with. Because if you're doing this, if you're presenting two choices, and let's say this is choice A and this is choice B, and you say to your child, you can pick whichever one you want. And in your mind, you're thinking, please pick choice A, please pick choice A. I don't really want you to pick choice B. And then they pick choice B, you're going to be really annoyed, right? But if both of these are choices that you're good with, no matter what they pick, you're happy and you have a happy kid. Double duty. Yay. Yay for both of you. So, the more choices you can give your kids, the better. There are so many instances of how to set up routine around choices. And I have parents who say to me, I don't have time. I want to just get through the bath. Okay, I understand that. I am a busy working mom also, and I know what it's like to feel like you have to get through one thing and then another and then another. I understand that, just to get your kids in bed so that you can have some time to yourself, right? I mean, who am I kidding? Really? We want to, as adults, when we put our kids to bed at the end of the day, that's our time. And so you're working through the day, you're making sure they get everything done, you're making sure you get everything done. You get to the end of the day, bath time is tough. You want to get it done, okay? But what I will say is you can set up, and this is how you set it up for yourself to manage your own sanity. You can set up things in advance to really help you. So you can lay out pajamas. You can have your child pick their pajamas and lay them out by the bathtub. You can have them pick the towel they're going to use and put it out. You can have them set up their shampoo, their conditioner, their soap, any products that they use, have them set it up. What else do I love about this? It's teaching your kids how to manage their own routine from a really young age. And listen, I work with families who have kids newborn all the way up to 16, and I've got friends with kids at college. I know what is happening out there right now with kids who are older. There are a lot of kids out there that are in their late teens and even early 20s. They're having a hard time out in the real world. They are not enjoying college. Some are even coming home from college. They're having a hard time in their first jobs. They don't know how to talk to their friends even, okay? And they don't know how to manage confrontations in positive and productive ways. This starts at home when they're young, folks. Moms and dads, please listen to me. You have got to model these behaviors when your kids are young. So anything you can do to help them learn how to take care of their own routine from a young age, learn how to be independent from a young age, to do things on their own, learn how to make choices, good choices for them that are healthy choices, right? I'm going to show you something when in just a minute when I'm talking about healthy choices, right? So you can model these behaviors, and while you're modeling, at the same exact time, what are you doing? You are teaching them how to manage their own routines. You are teaching them to make choices. You are teaching them the kind of human being you want them to become. You are giving them a skill set. What do I always tell parents about parenting young kids all the way up through the teens? Your job is to build their virtual or internal, not virtual as in technology, but internal toolkit to be able to manage their life successfully and productively as they go out into the big, huge, wide open world and be successful, happy, healthy human beings. And as parents, hi SS, thanks for joining me. As parents, we want our kids to be happy. We want them to be healthy. We want them to be productive. These are all things that if you ask any parent what they want for their kids, they're going to tell you, I want them to be healthy, happy, productive, kind. All those basically the top things that we want our kids to become, right? Well, guess what, parents? It starts with us. It's how we model those behaviors. And so there are so many things starting when our kids are really, really young that we can do to model those behaviors. And here's the other thing that I like to tell parents. The earlier you start, the better. And I mean this across the board, okay? Having difficult conversations. You want to talk to your kids about sex? Go ahead. Start when they're early. You want to implement rules around technology? Great. You absolutely should. Start when they're really young and you first put them on their first screen. The earlier you do things with your kids, it's easier to keep guidelines constant in your home throughout their formative years. And then it will just stay with them. Whereas if, I've worked with parents. Here are two different stories. I've worked with a lot of parents from the time their kids are really little, they have their technology rules in their home, right? And so even with a 3-year-old on an iPad playing an educational game or watching a music video, after 20 or 30 minutes, the mom, will set a timer, or the dad will set a timer. When the timer goes off, the mom or dad says, okay, honey, the timer went off. Now it's time for outside play. So that child at a very young age is learning that when the timer goes off, technology is done. So as that child grows, that child will know what the rules are in the home. They'll be respectful of the rules in the home. The rules will change, of course, because rules change as kids get older and as technology changes. Our rules change. We have to grow with the growth and developmental appropriate ages of our kids. But that child from a young age will understand that mom and dad and the home I'm living in, there are rules and guidelines that I have to follow and adhere to. And when I do that, then we all reap the benefits of those behaviors, okay? And as that child grows up and becomes a tween or a teen who has their own cell phone, their own monitor, like an iPad, something, those rules will be ingrained in them. And like I said, the rules change, but because the parents started when that child was really young, it's just a part of who they are. It's a part of the way that the household is run. Now, conversely, I have worked with, is that the right word, conversely? I'm not sure that I used that correctly. Alternatively, there we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Alternatively, I have worked with families who have tweens and teens and have never really implemented tech rules. The parents have been kind of laissez-faire about technology, to be perfectly honest. And what happens is all of a sudden, these kids get cell phones, they have iPads, they have game technologies and different, gaming consoles, and there aren't a lot of rules. And what happens is we see a lot of kids not following any, all of a sudden parents might try to implement rules. Like they'll say, well, you can only be on your phone an hour a day for social time, right? Or you can only play on your gaming console for 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden, because those kids have had no rules placed on them, what happens? We have a lot of fighting in the house, and we have a lot of disrespect in the house, and we have a lot of not listening to each other in the house. And we have a lot of anger and frustration and anxiety, which can manifest in a lot of different ways, right? And so because parents didn't set up rules along the way, and they just all of a sudden, when that child was in their teens, they just threw rules at them, that teenager is going, wait, where did this come from? What's going on? Why all of a sudden am I getting these rules put upon me? And so that lends itself to a much harder parenting role for the parents. It's a much, often we see challenges in relationships between parent and child. And we also see children who will turn off and not share things with their parents because they get frustrated and they're upset and concerned, and they think that their parents will just throw more rules at them. So, and be more, commanding and domineering and authoritarian with them, because all of a sudden they've had these things thrown at them and they don't understand why out of the blue all these things are happening to them. So it's really important. I really, really plead with you as a parent, as a mutual parent, I plead with you to please instill guidelines, choices, rules early on in life. That doesn't mean to have rules across the board and to always be doing, telling your kids what they have to do. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is create routines and guidelines in your home that your kids understand and become a part of their daily lives and rituals and routines, and that will grow with them. Hello, Like to Shop. I like your little foxy picture that you just put up in the chat. Very nice. So if you like to shop, you should check out all the things in my carousel. There's lots of fun stuff there. Or you can go to swaytvfollow.com and see all of the different items in my store, the Art of Parenting store, as well as all of the other hosts on Sway TV on Amazon Live. We all have our own individual stores. You can see the items that we really like, that we think are... That no problem. It doesn't matter. I thought it was super cute. And JJ1010, I don't know what your name is. If you want, you can tell me what your name is, but welcome to the show. Oh, I like that. That's a fun picture. Popping out of the Amazon gift box. Yes. That is like, I kind of feel like that's the emotion that people have when they open their door and there's an Amazon gift box sitting there. Because let's face it, I mean, I equally as much as probably anyone else out there, when I pull up to my driveway, if I see an Amazon box sitting out front that I get to open, I do a little happy cheer inside. You know, I get to open up my Amazon box. Yay, Amazon package. Okay, so that's a perfect picture. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when kids don't get to make choices, you know, when they don't get to really learn how to be independent as young children. What happens? Well, often we see challenges in a few different areas. We will see challenges in elimination, potty training. Amazon, the new Walmart. Yes, I would agree with that. Amazon actually, it's so funny. We'll go back to this in a second, but one of the things that's so funny about that comment is just yesterday, I was helping a friend find something for her daughter's birthday, and she was literally saying, well, here's what I want to get. And I went onto my phone, onto Amazon, and I found exactly what she wanted. Literally, I'm not kidding, within 10 seconds. So I sent her the link and I was like, here you go. And she said to me, she was like, I can't believe you found it that fast. And I texted back and said, well, Amazon has everything. And in my mind, I was thinking, new Barnes & Noble, new Target, new Walmart, new everything, which on the one hand makes me a little sad because I do like going sometimes and shopping, but who's going to stores anyways right now? And Amazon has everything you could need or want. In fact, I recently did a home remodel and I bought so many of my things for my house on Amazon. So yeah, it's amazing. Oh my Lord, you have 3 under 2 and 2 on the way. Well, good for you. That's all I have to say. I applaud you. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer any parenting questions. So yeah. Okay. So how do little kids, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Cheers. Happy morning. I can feel my throat getting dry. Oh, sorry about that. It's, as I said before, it's very windy here in Los Angeles, and so my throat is dry from the Santa Ana winds. So with young children, if we're not giving them a sense of control, if they don't have a sense of control, then what happens to them? Well, often we'll see regression, which means developmentally they may go back in time. I mean, not really, but what happens is if you had, let's say, a child who was fully potty trained, sleeping through the night, doing really well, potty training regression might look like all of a sudden they are wetting the bed at night, or maybe all of a sudden they're waking up in the middle of the night when they never used to. This can happen, right? We see these developmental regressions in young children under about 8-9 years old. And often it's related to not feeling completely safe in their environment. Now, I want to be careful about that because I don't want any parent, if you are watching this, I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, is my child not feeling safe? No, it's not safe in the sense of loved, okay? But it is safe in the sense for the brain that the brain knows that everything in their environment is controlled. And kids really like to feel that sense of control, which is why the more choices we can give them and the more that they are exerting their own control over their own routines and learning about how to handle themselves in the day and throughout their day, that will make them feel safe and secure, and then they'll be able to thrive. So when our children don't feel that way, we often see regressions in elimination, so toileting behavior, in sleep, so they'll often wake up or have a hard time going to sleep all of a sudden or wake up. Maybe they'll lose a nap, prematurely. And in eating, and part of this also is because these are things that we can actually, as human beings, control, right? There are a lot of things that kids can't control, right? If you say to your child, get in the car, we're going to the park, and they may not like that, but you're still the mom or the dad, and so you're gonna stick them in the car and you're gonna go to the park. Or if they're playing and it's dinner time, you're gonna say, okay, put your toys away, it's dinner time. They may not love that, but it's out of their control, theoretically. Not really, but theoretically. But what can a child control? They can control the food that they put in their mouth. And they will. So often you will see regressions in behaviors that they can control. This is also a time with young kids where we start to see tantrums because they start to have these really big emotions that they don't know how to control. Now, this again has to do with the brain. And this is why I love the brain so much. I love talking about the brain because it is I think it is the most incredible organ. It is capable of so much. And yet there is so much untapped potential that we know about the brain. I mean, I think that I think in the coming years, we're gonna learn so much about the brain. I'm fascinated by what it can do and what we're gonna learn it can do. But so this is really interesting. The amygdala in the brain, which is the part of the brain where a lot of the emotion, it's like the emotional center, emotions come from, that is online and functioning beautifully from the time our kids are fairly young. However, the prefrontal cortex, which is up here in the front part of our brain, which is actually the part of our brain that makes us human beings. It's responsible for things like rational thought and understanding present versus past versus future, rationality, thinking through things, all these things that help us to be rational, logical, developmental human beings. Comes from the prefrontal cortex. And that part of our brain is not online when we are 3 or 4 years old. In fact, it's coming online all throughout childhood, all throughout teen years, and early 20s. It's not even done until we are in our mid-20s. What does that mean? That means that we're gonna make some pretty bad decisions, okay? And as a parent, even more importantly, what that means is that when your children have explosive feelings, or I like to call them emotional storms, and they can be positive and negative storms of feelings, or positive and challenging. I actually don't like to use the word negative. I like to say challenging. So positive and challenging storms. We need to actually, as parents or as caregivers, we need to help our children learn how to work through those feelings. Because when we do that, you're doing something really beautiful. When we as parents actually model correct behavior, model developmentally appropriate behavior for our children, we're actually teaching the prefrontal cortex how to respond to those emotional storms. And the more we do it, the prefrontal cortex learns how to do it, and eventually they can do it on their own without us. The prefrontal cortex in your child's brain, in your child's body, can help manage all of your kids' emotions, but not until they learn how to do it appropriately. Now, how do they learn how to do it appropriately? From us, their parents, their caregivers. We are the ones that can show them and teach them and talk to them and model for them. And so I want to show you something that I really, really love. There's actually two things. There's this company is one of my favorite companies for kids products. The company is called Ebu. They make lots of great things for your kids to play with. My kids growing up, they had the bingo game that they played with, and they also had a matching face game, which I don't think, oh yeah, I have both here. I'll show you this one. I won't show you both, but this is, my kids loved this game growing up. My younger one was obsessed with this. Okay, I pulled you off of that because it was long and I don't feel like you need to see more, but you get the idea. So, first of all, the quality of Ebu products is really amazing. They're thick, they're gorgeous, the colors are vibrant. We still have, like I said, my kids are 12 and 15. We've had this specific memory game for probably 10 years. It's still in amazing, amazing shape. I love it. And the other thing that I love about this is that you see faces of kids from all over the world. It celebrates like many, many different nationalities. And so from a really young age, my girls were seeing faces of kids from around the world with something that they were playing with every day, all the time. And I have to tell you, I really credit this game with the fact that it was never an issue. My kids never ever said anything about different races or cultures, anything. It's always been about human beings in our house. And I credit, obviously, I think that my parenting and their dad's parenting have something to do with that. But I love the memory game. I think that this was a big thing too. So I also want to say hello. We have some new people that have followed us. I want to say hello to David, and I want to say hello to Andrew and welcome Elijah. We've got you entered into our gift card giveaway and our PS5 giveaway, but we need your last name or your initial as well because we have a lot of people. So if you can give us your either your last name or maybe the initial of your last names, that would be awesome. And I don't know if UTech Pia is watching, but if you are, hi, it's so good. You haven't been on my show yet. What's that about? You hang out with some of the other hosts. Why haven't you come and said hello to me? Okay, so anyways, I wanted to show you. I want to go back to the emotions because I got sidetracked because I love that game so much. I wanted to share that with you. But what I really love with regard to children, when you're trying as a parent to model to them, how to properly handle their emotions. And let's take it back a step even further. What are their emotions, right? Young kids, they have what I call, and I called this before, these internal storms where they get these really, really big feelings, and they don't know what to do with it. And that is often why we see kids melt down into tantrums. It's also one of the reasons why when they're really excited, they get so jumpy and joyful and, exuberant, and there's like all of this excitement happening, and we don't always know why, and they don't always know why. They don't even understand the feelings or where they're coming from. So one of the things that I really, really, really encourage you as a parent to have in your own personal parenting toolkit, there are two things. So the first one is these conversation flashcards, but from Ebu. They're called I Heard Your Feelings conversation cards, and they're gorgeous cards. So there's these, and then there's also along with these, there is these How Am I Feeling flashcards. And can you see that? So there's these two different types of flashcards that Ebu makes, actually like quite a few other wonderful things, but I really like these conversation flashcards. The feelings one and the I Heard Your Feelings and the How Am I Feeling ones. The reason why I like these so much is because they are super child friendly. They're so funny. Look at this. They have faces that are replicating feelings on fruits and vegetables. So are these apples sad, angry, surprised, impatient, confused, terrified? You decide. But think about how much fun this would be if you have young kids. And then look, there's prompts on the back, right? Reading prompts. So as a parent, it really helps you, and you can have these conversations with your kids. And this is something starting at like 2 years old. You can do these cards and you can have conversations with your kids about their feelings. And as they grow, you can help them with, you know, what should they do with their feelings? How should they manage their feelings? And talk to them about developmentally appropriate ways to manage their feelings. One of the ways that I like to help kids who are like mid-elementary manage their feelings, aside from talking about it, is I really think it's important to teach our kids to put those feelings somewhere, to not just keep them inside. And so, of course, my first choice would be for them to be able to talk about their feelings, whether they're going through something positive or challenging, to talk about it with a parent, with a friend, a teacher, anyone that they feel that they can share. Hi, Stacy. How are you? It's so nice to have you joining us. Thank you so much. Yes, I am here every Friday morning. I am also here either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But if you go to Sway TV Follow, you can see all of the different hosts that we have on Sway TV. My show is The Art of Parenting on Sway TV, and you can check out when I'm going to be on. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Intuit Parenting. It's INTUITPARENTING, Intuit Parenting. And I also post there when I'm going live. So, and hello, Orca. I want to just welcome you to the show. It's so good to have you here with me. So anyways, so these cards I love. And then the other thing that I love for kids, because we want to really teach them, we want to give them tools to not just understand their feelings, but to express their feelings, to get them out of their bodies in productive ways. So the first way to do that is to teach them to communicate. That's why these cards are so valuable, because they come with tips on how to converse with your kids about their feelings. It's hard. There are a lot of adults. Yes, that's right, Stacy, at Intuit Parenting on Instagram. Yes, thank you. So one of the things that I really love to do with kids, as far as, there are actually a few different things, but so if they're not going to talk, because not all kids are talkers, and we also, it's so important to find out who our kids are and to honor them for who they are, and not force them to do something that they're not willing or they're not comfortable doing. You know, think about if you get pushed out of your comfort zone, how that feels, right? So with kids, it's the same thing. We have to, as parents or as their caregivers, we have to figure out what works for them. And sometimes we have to help them figure that out by giving them lots of different options. So here are a couple of different options. The first thing is journaling. I absolutely love when children will write down how they're feeling, their emotions, what's going on in their life. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can literally be 3 to 5 minutes. But one of the things that happens when we start writing in a journal, and look, I'll show you. You can find this in the Art of Parenting store. This is the journal that I'm journaling in right now. I've been journaling my whole life. I have never ever used a prompt journal where it asks questions. I've always just done like a stream of consciousness writing, but I love Michelle Obama's book Becoming so much that I decided to get her companion journal. And so that's what I'm journaling in right now. I kept the little sleeve on just for you guys to show you, but it comes off and it's like this really aesthetically pleasing, because if you follow along with me, you know how much I'm into how things look and feel and quality. So and I love that it even says on the front becoming, because I feel like every day we're all becoming better or different individuals, right? We're all evolving constantly, and that's the path of life, right? So I love that it says that in the front. But for kids, I want to share with you two that I really love. They're bestsellers on Amazon. So this one is for younger kids. This is the 3-minute gratitude journal. It's so great. It has prompts that the kids can answer. It has a lot of different activities in it. And it's a great way to start getting our children to think about gratitude and to just write and to think about things that they're excited about and happy about. And there are even places in here that they can, write about things that they're having a hard time with. Because let's face it, we need to honor, as I said before, we need to honor the highs and the lows. Like I always tell the parents that I work with, it's really easy to be a parent in the good times and the easy times. It is really hard and yet so unequivocally important to dig in and be a good parent, be an amazing parent even when it's tough, when your kids are having a hard time. Hi, Orca. Happy Friday. So good to have you here with me. I'm so happy it's Friday. Woo, woo. So that's the gratitude journal for young kids. So again, this is another way for them to write about and to express their emotions. Now, if you have older kids, I want to share with you the other journal that I really love. This is also a bestseller on Amazon, but it is in stock. This is the mindfulness journal for teens, and it's prompts and practices to help kids, teenagers stay cool, calm, and present. Most importantly, present. Why is it so important for teens and tweens to learn to stay present? Because tweens and teens have this unique developmental need to constantly be thinking about what other people think of them and about the future and what's going to happen. And one of the things that is so important if you are parenting or a caregiver to teens is that you really encourage them and teach them how to be present in the moment and to enjoy life in the moment and to deal with challenges in the moment, to be in the moment. And that's hard. It's really, look, it's hard for adults. I get that. But there are a lot of times where I am thinking days and weeks and even months ahead. But it is so important to be able to also stay in the moment, be in the moment, and enjoy the moment, appreciate the moment. The future, we're going to get to it. The past, it's done. Can't do anything about it. That's really the bottom line. So it's really important to enjoy the present. And mindfulness, the idea and the study and the practice of mindfulness is all about that. Excuse me. So sorry. And so I really, really encourage you to, if your children are not already understanding and practicing mindfulness in different ways in their life, to do things to encourage that. And so with teenagers, this is a great journal for that. The other thing that I really like for teaching mindfulness to young kids is this book, which I just love. It's just so fun. It's called Sitting Still Like a Frog. And this is mindfulness exercises for kids and their parents. So this is something that you can do with your kids. It comes with a CD that you can listen to. It's a 60-minute audio CD that has guided exercises, which is really great because with kids especially, it's kind of like you're teaching them how, hi, Rosalinda, hello, yay, it's so good to see you, welcome to the show. With young kids, it's so important to teach them about visualization and breathing techniques and mindfulness starting really young, and it's hard to do that. And so this book, Sitting Still Like a Frog, is really, really beneficial and helpful for parents. And I know, Rosalinda, I'm so sorry I wasn't here last Friday. I forget. Oh, it wasn't because of me. I had my producer rescheduled me. So I would have been here. I'm sorry I missed you. And Tiffany, hello. It's so good to see you. Yes, thank God it's Friday. I couldn't agree more. I need this weekend. I'm so excited for this weekend. And in fact, maybe we should all do a breathing exercise together. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe we'll end my shows with a meditation practice. What do you guys think about that? Is that something that you would like if we did meditation practice to end the show and to go into the weekend on a calm, relaxing rejuvenating note? Let me know. Tell me in the comments what you think about that. And feel free to say no. If you don't want to do that, that's not your thing, that's okay. No. So anyways, it's so good to see you, Rosalinda. I'm so glad you're here with me. Rosalinda, you got to follow me on Instagram because then you'll know when I'm going live and I'll post updates there as well. If I'm supposed to go live and I'm not going to go live, that type of thing. So, it's at Intuit Parenting on Instagram, at INTUIT Parenting. All one word, Intuit Parenting. Okay, so those are some of the things that I like to do with kids. You know, if we're teaching them how to write and to be grateful and appreciative and mindfulness, which are things that really help them to sit still and understand their emotions, that is so important, right? Okay, so then the other thing, and I said before to really figure out like what your kids like and to honor that and to really allow them to have that in their lives. And so one of the other things that I really like to do is most kids love music, right? Now, some kids, they want to have dance parties with music, and that's a great way to get the sillies out and a great way to be excited and happy and celebrate and be joyous. And if your kids are having a really like high positive emotion, you can be joyful and celebratory and dance it out with them, right? And if your kids are in a chill mood and they just need to chill and they just need to like be low key and not be, you know, loud and crazy, and maybe they're having either an off day or they're just being more reflective or whatever it is, if you don't already have, excuse me, if you don't already have some kind of a Bluetooth portable speaker in your home, I want you to get one because they are so versatile. You can take them with you wherever you go, the backyard, the front yard, any room in the house, and you can turn any room into a disco, a dance party, a chill Zen room, you know, whatever it is, based on what kind of music you need to listen to. So in my home, I try to, hi Jason, welcome. So happy to have you here. Yay, thank you, UTechPia. I'm so glad that you sent people. UTechPia, you have got to come hang with me. Hi, Christian. Thanks for following. It's so great to have you guys here. We're going to get you entered into our contests. We are giving away a PS5. We are giving away an archive package. There's so many fun giveaways coming up. And I'm so glad that you guys are, hi, Elijah. I'm so glad that you guys are here. And that is so cool that UTechPia is sending people. That is amazing. We love him. I just want him to, UTechPia, you're here. Yay! You're hanging out. It's so good to have you. So UTechPia, I am Marissa Gold. I am the host of The Art of Parenting here. And I'm so excited that you're finally hanging out with me because you were hanging out with some of the other hosts on Sway TV, which is awesome. I'm so glad that you are. But I was like, how come he's not hanging out with me? Where is he? So I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm so glad you guys are all here. I know, well, I'm only here once or twice a week, and I know the timing, I know. I got to work on it. I got to talk to my producer. Matt, maybe I'll try and do a couple more shows. We'll see. It's hard, you know? I have a business, I have kids, I've got 2 dogs. It's a lot of like multitasking. Exactly, Rosalinda, exactly. It's a lot of multitasking. But yeah, I mean, I would like to actually do more shows. So UTechPia, you would actually love this product I'm about to show because it's a Bluetooth portable speaker for dancing, right? So this is, if you have kids in your home, it is the Cambridge Soundworks Unce Angle 3. It is awesome. I love it. And it comes in all of these different colors. The sound quality is amazing. It's really small. And it's not expensive. It's $25.99. Check out this video. that's the speaker. I love it. And depending on what ages your kids are and what kind of music you want and that is a great item to have in your house, because when your kids are having like these really high, exciting emotions, you can dance it out and have a dance party. If you want to create like more chill vibes and more zen vibes, and maybe even do some meditation practice with your kids, calm them down, then you can put on classical music. You can put on, I like to play classical piano music when I'm trying to keep the mood in my house kind of cool. Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for following Sway and for hanging out with me. Do you guys have kids? I'm just wondering, do any of my new followers have kids, or are you just hanging with me, which is totally cool, because all the products that I'm selling that I'm like talking about are not just for kids. Like, let's face it, like that speaker, I have dance parties by myself. But I'm just curious if any of you have kids. If you do, tell me in the comments section how old your kids are. Okay, so as I said before, when your kids are having these highs and lows, these emotional storms, you've got to give them ways to get it out. You've got to teach them productive, healthy ways to get it out of their bodies. Because if you don't help them get it out of their bodies, then they have regressions in sleeping, eating, toileting. You will see an increase in tantrums, etc. And so it's important that, as parents, we really help them figure out how to manage their emotions. So you're going to talk with them. You're going to let them communicate with you through journaling. You're going to dance with them. You're going to put other music on. If they light candles, like with my kids, if I light a candle and bring it into their room, because come on, let's face it, if you have teenagers or tweens, they're probably spending a lot of time in their rooms, right? Especially with like Zoom school and socializing with their friends. They are spending a lot of time on screens. And so one thing that I will do sometimes is I will take a candle, because I know my girls are obsessed with candles, and I will light the candle and I will bring it into their room, and I will just say to them, let's take a 5-minute breather or even a 2-minute breather, and just like, I'll just talk to them. I literally will just be like, hey, how's homework coming, or what's going on? And it's, it's funny that sometimes they're like, Mom, leave me alone, get out, whatever. But I don't. I'm like, here's a candle, enjoy. Hi, Zachary. So nice to see you. Thanks, Utech for sending people to hang out with me. Yes, Rosalinda, you're so right. You have to balance it all out. The other thing that you have to do, in addition to helping your kids really understand how to manage their feelings, is you've got to manage your own feelings. And so the best way that you can do that, the best way that you can manage your own feelings, is to practice what? What do we talk about so much on this show? To practice self-care. Zachary J. Williams, thank you for following. We're going to get you entered into our contest. We've got some really fun contests coming up, and so we'll get you entered. And yeah, Rosalinda, you're so right. Like, playing Fortnite and conversing with friends and teenagers, there's so much that we have to balance. And practicing self-care is one of the ways that we as parents and as caregivers can actually keep ourselves sane and can actually manage our kids and help them manage their emotions, right? Because let's face it, if we're working from a place of where we are escalated already, or we're out of patience, or we're angry, or we're tired, or we're frustrated, or anxious, sad, anything, if we're having any of those emotions ourselves, we are not going to be able to properly help our kids with their emotions. And so one of the ways that we are able to manage and bring down our emotions is to practice self-care. Rosalinda, tell me, how do you practice your own self-care? Or Utechpia, how do you practice self-care? What do you guys do for yourselves to help yourselves? So what do? I am a huge reader. I love to read. I read typically at least one book a week, if not more. And because I read so many books, I have to read on an e-reader. And my e-reader of choice is the Kindle. The new one is waterproof and comes with Audible. It does not get better than that, because I can take it into a bathtub and I can take it with me on a hike. I actually have my Kindle with me all the time. It's literally like my security blanket. And if I have like literally just 5 minutes, I pull out my Kindle. My kids know this. Everyone knows this about me. It's like a big joke. Like people will say, don't bother Marissa, she's reading. So you can see, here's a video.
Our thinnest, lightest yet. Now waterproof with Audible. Plus a sleek, modern design and twice the storage. Kindle Paperwhite is purpose-built for daily escapes, so you can read and relax in more places.
Toward the snowy mountains and streams, though not one was in sight. The landscape is only wavering foothills, roughened here and there with bushes and trees.
So you get the point. You understand why the Kindle's so amazing. So that's what I do for my own self-care. Rosalinda, you said you work out early every day. I wish I had the drive and the determination to work out. I actually hate working out. I hate to even say that. I know that that's like, so I shouldn't even admit that, but I don't like working out. So I need like motivation for that, because I know that I need to, just for like my heart health, but I don't like working out. I like walking and I like hiking and I like bike riding. So I guess you could consider that working out, but I don't do it like every day or every morning. I should. But yes, so Rosalinda said that she works out early every morning before her little ones wake up. And before you go to sleep, you take just about 15 to 20 minutes to gather your own thoughts. That is so great. And I love that you are doing that and taking that time, especially because you've got so many kids. And you, TechPia, you agree with me that the Kindle's so awesome. I know, I love it. It is so light and so portable, which is why I always have it with me. I love mine. And you try to work out anytime you find the time. I know, you're like a workout fiend. I'm jealous. I wish I had your drive and your stamina. And yes, Rosalinda, I agree, is an amazing multitasker. So one of these days I might have to have Rosalinda on the show to give us all of her parenting tips. What do you think about that, Rosalinda? Would you like to come on the show and you could give us all of your parenting tips? I think that would be really fun. Oh, that's really nice that you said I could do it, that it's in the mind, but I have tried. I don't like working out. Do you know how many friends I have right now that have Pelotons and everyone is like doing yoga? I mean, I do yoga. I do that. But again, not with any real routine. And that, I think, like, not habitually. Like, I wish I was a habitual worker-outer. I know that doesn't make sense. Hi, Zach and Kim. They just started following. Thanks for joining me. You're joining me at the very end, the tail end of my show. I'm Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting. We've been talking today all about control and how our kids really want and need to have a sense of control in their lives so that they can really learn how to go out into the world and be productive human beings and to, really be able to think for themselves and stand up for themselves and be resilient human beings and have grit and determination. And these are all things that start really early on in the home. And we see the benefits actually when we as parents are teaching this to our children. And parents will say to me, oh, well, I don't want to do that because then I'm going to lose control and my kids are going to be ruling the roost. No, that's not it at all. In fact, I often, with all the parents and families I work with, I actually see the opposite, that the more we allow our kids to kind of self-determine their schedules with our help, with parental scaffolding, the more I actually see them getting along with their parents, individuating at developmentally appropriate times and ways throughout the course of their childhood development. And they get along better with people in the world and their parents. And the homes are there's a happier homeostasis. And that is so important. It's important to me that you create homes where there's a joyful and a productive undertone throughout the course of the days and the weeks and lifelong life. So I want to thank you so much. Let's see. And I will be back early next week. I'm not sure what day I'm coming back. I will know soon, and I will put it up on my Intuit Parenting. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay tuned because Shay J is coming up, and we know you love her. I love her. She's awesome. And I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, happy, fun, relaxing, mindful, grateful, patient, lovely weekend. It's the last weekend of February. Enjoy it. I will see you in March. Let's sway.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV. Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry. Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
We're here all the time streaming live. We're sharing great products. We're doing great interviews and amazing giveaways.
Amazon, we love you,
Yes.
Amazon.
So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.